Excuse me. Gross. We need to turn this up a bit. That better? I think that might be better. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Ayo, keep it smooth, Milo. Eh? Okay. So, we left off in chapter 3. Huh. Chapters go by quick. Although we might have just started chapter 3, to be fair. Oh, wait, we can start. We're not gonna read this. Okay, there are a bunch of enemies behind us. We're gonna ignore them because I kicked their butts last time. Now, if I recall correctly, there's a cutscene coming up.
Whoa! This whole place is crystal.
I wonder what it'd be like to become a crystal, I mean.
You gonna complete your focus?
Maybe. If I knew what it was. Yeah, I probably don't want to know.
Hey, Lightning. Did Sarah say anything to you about her focus?
Nothing.
You know what? She probably didn't want to worry you.
Or she just didn't think she could trust me.
Oh.
Okay, so once again, we confirm that if you complete your focus, you do get to turn into crystal. I mean, we literally watched it happen to Sarah. But again, not exactly clear on what the focus is, which makes the whole give a toss to a l'Cie, or yeah, a human making them a l'Cie. It's just a really clunky system that I just don't really get. But hey, who are we to question the machinations of a semi-deity?
Stay sharp.
Also, the lake is crystal, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's due. Oh, wait, I'm gonna keep it in this, just in case he targets me. This thing's gonna T-shot me. Or it targets me. I believe the lake is crystal due to the whole final breath of the Fell Sea. I'm not 100% sure if it's dead, but I believe it is. So with its last breath, it cursed a few humans and then turned an entire body of water into crystal. And this is part of the whole Nova Crystallia, which is like when Final Fantasy was in the era of crystals. Crystals were important to the lore. And then we also get to see Vanille ask Lightning about what Sarah's focus was. And then Lightning says something kind of interesting, which is maybe she thought she couldn't trust me. Which is odd considering they're siblings, so that probably hints at a strained relationship.
Listen, you. There's no need to be all negative.
Spoilers, there is a bit of a strained relationship between Lightning and Sarah, but we'll explore that more later. We'll find out why. Yep, this is the part I wanted to get to. Gates of Antiquity. Hope you can hear the music, because it is really good. Like, freaking love Final Fantasy XIII music. So freaking good. Especially the more calmer soundtracks. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. I'm gonna ignore that guy for now, for the treasure chest. Did he turn his back? Yes! Gotcha! Youch. I heard some people complain about Vanille's sounds that she makes. In combat and just in general. They've never really bothered me all that much. I know some people were a little bothered about all the sound effects she makes mid-battle and all that kind of thing. Alright. Easy battle. Stagger thing basically allows you to stack a whole bunch of damage. I wonder if there are other games that have a similar... I'm sure there are other games that have a similar mechanic of just the boss enters or the enemy enters a weakened state. And the amount of damage you deal to it is increased. I'm gonna sneak around the back of these guys. Oh, what? Why are you facing that way, dude? Oh, fudge off! Okay, I still got him. Anyway. I best keep up at max HP. I don't want someone dropping. Viniel, heal us please. Viniel, quickly! Viniel! Viniel! Thank you. Okay. 5 stars. So this place just kind of exists here, and it seems like ancient ruins. Again, not entirely clear on what the story is here. So this is where my lore is kind of weaker. But it does look pretty cool. And there's that gate.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, that says that the flames turned to crystal. So this place was on fire, and that orange stuff is just all crystal. Instant crystallization, which is kinda nuts. Treasure chest.
This will be our cold-blooded beasts, I take it.
Oh, yes, so these are the Psychom elites. Lightning earlier said if these guys hit the ground, it's game over. But we've kind of been kicking their butts pretty casually, so I don't know what she was on about. Maybe she just wasn't aware of how much power the sea wields at the time. I didn't get an attack in to stabilize the stagger gauge. See how quickly it's falling? Because a physical attack didn't hit it. So it was only staggered by magic attacks, and when you stagger something through magic attacks alone... I'm gonna die. The stagger gauge falls much quicker. So you get staggers quicker, but in a limited window. So yeah, if you want to drive up the stagger gauge really freaking quick, just go with like 3 Ravengers. We've almost got it staggered here. And then we're gonna swap to that relentless assault and get rid of it. This is an interesting design. Look at its tiny little legs. Like, they're so thin. Who designed that soldier? Because I don't think that's, like the electro kick things, I don't think that's a monster they cyberized. I'm gonna say cyberized, because I don't know what else to call it. I think that's just a machine they built from scratch. It's interesting that it has tiny little thin legs. Oh, what? Really? Man, their field of vision is pretty far. I mean, we are just standing out in the open. I shouldn't be surprised. They would have to be half blind to not see us. Okay, let's see if we can sneak up on these guys. Okay, they have their back. Oh, okay. That thing saw us. Okay, we're gonna go around this way. Okay, forget it. Okay, forget it. We'll just fight them normally. It's fine. Those are the Psychom Rangers. Let's check out the... Okay, lightning's hurting a little bit. And it's... Oh... Okay. This dude does a lot of damage. But yeah, look at its legs. They're so thin.
Just stay out of my way.
But these are supposed to be the cold-blooded elites of the military. They don't feel much different from the... well, the grunts that we fought earlier. So, apparently lightning overhyped them. Because they go down really quick. I wonder how they declare... Okay, so, little reminder, the whole reason why the army is here is to make sure any people who didn't quite get killed off earlier in their execution masquerading as deportation, they're here to make sure if anyone survived, they're gonna get rid of them now. But I wonder how they declare that, yep, the area is clean. Like, I wonder how military sweeps an area. I'm sure there's like a real world example. I'm sure there are times where a real life military has swept an area for enemies and, you know, they're like, yeah, this area is all good, we can leave now. But anyway. They're just kind of walking around here, standing in place. And you know what's interesting? We don't hear their comms, but I'm sure they've been trying to contact some of their buddies that we've dropped, and they're just hearing nothing. So you'd expect that to get them into a bit of a tizzy. Although, I don't know, we've been running through this area pretty gosh darn quick. Yes, can you? Ah. Okay. We 100% left the chest behind. Wait, let me check the map. That's not the map. Okay. There's 100% a treasure chest back that way, but we're going to approach from the rear. Got him. Got him. These things don't look like they have eyes. And also another interesting thing. We'll end up seeing what they look like pre-cyberized a little bit later. That is a bit of a criticism for this game, is that the same, very similar type looking enemies pop up everywhere. It's like reused assets or something. That didn't bother me all that much. I mean, what the heck alerted them? Okay, this seems like a lot of them. Daz is about to drop. I guess it's and our first use of a phoenix down. Ow. That's not even our first death on the run. Oh well. I guess even these guys who are tasked with dealing with pulse threats just aren't a match for magic, because keep in mind we're pretty much newbies at this stuff. We got magic like 5 minutes ago. Okay, not literally 5 minutes ago, like an hour ago. And from playthrough perspective, it was much longer than that. I last playthrough was like on Saturday? Saturday? Friday? I forget. I wonder if there's another treasure chest. I forget. See, they're meant to run at you. Ooh, why not? You know what? I can fight these guys. They're not even a threat. So it's like a task force specialized in dealing with pulse threats. I guess Pulse had its own non-LeSea level threats. So LeSea's would oh my gosh, they're just beating the shizness out of Saz. What the heck, man? Anyway, so I guess Pulse had a whole bunch of armies or military that didn't have access to magic. Otherwise, I don't know how these guys were supposed to deal with any threat from Pulse. And considering how Pulse and Cocoon were at war for some time, they must have had some way to deal with most of Pulse's forces, and I guess these guys are to the standard. That, or the standards for becoming part of the special task force for dealing with Pulse. Excuse me. Reminder, Pulse is the alternate planet that our guys' home planet is at war with. Ooh, this guy. He looks tough. No, fudge you. Fudging heck. Which ones do we go for? Yes, these guys first.
Stay sharp.
My HP feels low, like constantly. Oh right, I've been forgetting to level up. I probably have some Christogen points by now. It's possible since Pulse and Cocoon haven't actually fought each other in so long, that the standards for joining the special task force of dealing with Pulse has just dropped over the centuries. Because it has been centuries since the two fought each other. But, you know, a whole bunch of the government and a whole bunch of news and propaganda have been telling Cocoon to fear Pulse. The dangerous world below. They could attack at any moment. You know, it's funny, I don't quite recall why the two planets are at war. Wait, let me just level up a bit. I have 793. Lightning's still gonna take mostly the commando role. Recharge 1 ATP gauge. That's pretty useful. Bolster attack or ruin at the head of an attack queue when target's chain damage is empty. Okay, so we're just gonna do more damage when we're not even close to staggering them. Okay, that's Lightning's thing maxed out. Ooh, water. I mean, it's interesting. Water, you hardly ever see that many huge spells from this element. You know, this game I feel like likes lightning, not the character, the element, more. Vanille, I'm gonna need you to be a stronger medic. But yeah, water kind of takes a backseat. And then your Ravager capabilities. But anyway, I think it's quite interesting what we have access to. Daz, my man, I almost forgot Hope is part of this party. Poor guy's just been following around following in the back quietly. Zaz can only use magic right now. But you see how it used up almost all our Christogen points. And then, poor little Hope. Poor guy's having the worst day of his life. I'm gonna need him to be a medic soon. Then I like this. Synergist is basically granting buffs. And then Ravager. And then, yeah, we're good for now. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit more. Oh, snuck up on these guys. Again, which should be super easy because I don't see the eyes on these. But maybe they have another way to detect nearby threats. Lightning's now one-shotting them. So, we're gonna save. Again. No, don't create new. And then we're gonna use this path again. And get to see this little cinematic again, in case you missed it the first time. But there's only one chest, so whatever. So Saz says, why not make it easy on ourselves by looping around? I think that means there's another path here. Let's see it. Excuse me. Okay, fine. I'll kick your butts first. It's a bit of a shame we used Blitz on the one guy who's by himself. Yeah, they're already down. Cool. I mean, I say these guys get their butts kicked, but Lightning is a bit of a trained soldier. Ooh, wait a second. Well, this didn't work. I was hoping to sneak up behind them. Okay. Take out the little grunts first, and then the big guy. Saz... We'll find out a little bit more about him. Vinny's also keeping up in combat. Oh gosh, I need healing. We'll find ourselves in a dire situation pretty soon. If they all focus one target all of a sudden. Take out the ranger. That's a little behind this guy. I think it's probably in the data log, but it's not that important. Just big beefy guy.
Stay sharp.
I think you can... no, never mind. I was thinking that maybe you can force the ATB to be full. If you... I think he was charging up a big attack. If you swap in, there was one ATB gauge left, but... I don't know about that. Alright. Is there any treasure chests around here? Loot goblin. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
You gotta stop worrying, Saz.
Okay. You gotta stop worrying, says. Vanille is pretty optimistic, all things considered. Hang on. Let me grab the treasure chest first. Cancel the save operation. And then...
We'll be okay now.
Okay. I mean, we pretty much just dropped them. Maybe the more accurate way is that we managed to sneak past and run past them over and over again. But I'm not sure why they just let us run away like that. Are we that much faster than them? That doesn't seem very... Shall I say... sensical? Okay. Just checking around for some chests. Okay. So, in case you couldn't tell by the big open space. And the safe spot just before. Boss fight coming up.
Stay close.
I want to look around.
Okay, I guess we forgot about the military that's chasing us. Oh, a cure in the world. Oh, no, she could see the flames break free there. Reminds me of those moments in like shows and other TV and movies and stuff where you see someone running towards you, telling you to run, and then they always just wait to see what's chasing them first. I feel like if you see someone running towards you with that much urgency, just turn around and start running too. Okay, we're gonna do a quick diversity. So this seems to be another creature that's cyberized. Oh, I think it definitely is actually. The ecology of Cocoon is wild. Oh my gosh, we're kicking at this thing's butt. Oh my gosh.
It's charging up.
Charge it? What are you talking about? Charge it for what?
Its last moments.
Surprised it doesn't just self-destruct. I mean, if the enemy's too strong, and considering I think they could just make more of these things, right? But phase 2. In case you were wondering why it was so easy. Actually, what am I doing? There we go. Now we know. Now, okay, I think one of them doesn't have access to air magic. Because I thought I saw water. No, they both do. That was weird. Ouch. Took down half my HP though. Yeah. I don't know what kind of tech is integrated into it. Because I imagine most of its abilities is already pre-built, is something the creature came with. But it's not just like they slapped on a mind control device, right? They like, you can see all the digital parts of it. I think some creatures are naturally partly digital in this world. Which is an interesting concept. But others of them, it seems like they just coated them in a whole bunch of almost armor. Mechanical armor. Anyway. 4 star. Oh man, what? Whatever. Unlocking more rolls.
Check it out!
Come on, hop to it. Let's go.
Weird bird. Honestly, it's probably the most normal looking bird we've seen so far.
This'll make things easier.
Yeah, knowing our luck, it's probably missing an engine.
You shouldn't be so negative.
And you shouldn't get your hopes up.
Seems like a whole lab's launch pad. I would like to save my progress, yes. Well, lads, still at it. You're determined. I'll give him that much. And this is exactly what we were warned about if we stay here. Military catching up.
Switching to base. The C spot. I repeat, the C spot.
Okay. You also seen the tattoo.
You gonna lend me a hand or what?
I think they're going with or what.
Commencing cleanup protocol.
Clean up. Let me help.
Psychom Elite, ladies and gentlemen. Although, to be fair, what do you do against that? One guy, 3 soldiers. He just drops. He drops one of them in just 2 punches. It seems they're trying to take him alive.
What's he doing? Watch yourself! Stay alert!
Well, hello, ladies. Recognize that attire? Camera lingered on her too long a little while ago. Yeah, these two aren't here to help, apparently. Eidolon battle. I think I called them Eidolians. Anyway, this tutorial explains how to fight mighty beings known as Eidolons. Eidolians? I'm gonna call it Eidolians, even though I know that's wrong. Defeat them in combat and their powers will be yours to command. But be warned, attacking alone will not overcome them. See the tutorial. At the start of a battle against an Eidolian, a time limit is imposed on you via a doom counter. As you demonstrate your power to the Eidolian, its Gestalt gauge will slowly fill. Attack the Eidolian until this gauge is full, and then press to claim victory. Attacks are not the only way to charge the gauge. Using the Libra technique may provide you with hints as to which additional abilities can be used. Defensive rolls are effective against the Shiva system. And so, yeah, almost every Final Fantasy, if not every Final Fantasy, has Shiva. If this is Shiva in this one, it's the Shiva sisters, so more than one. Which, who's gonna complain about getting more Shivas? Doom counter, in case you don't know, as soon as the timer hits 0, yields to those who amass chain bonuses. Gee, thanks. As soon as the timer hits 0, then you just drop dead. It causes you to just instantly drop dead. I gotta figure out... Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So that's interesting. Notice how one of them is attacking us and the other one is healing us. So these Eidolians, I'm pronouncing them wrong on purpose. These Eidolian battles, it's kind of like a test. The tutorial told us, so that's not a spoiler. If we manage to impress them, they'll work with us. And if we fail, they'll just kill us. There's a bit of a lore reason as to why they show up, which will get explained later. I might be cutting it close with this. Okay.
Come on then.
As for these two, you're supposed to guard against them. You don't have to worry about dying to attacks all that much, because the other one will heal you. Ouch. Ah. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the Sentinel role because the ATB charge of theirs doesn't seem to take long. And then Gestalt mode. And now the two ladies are at the pike. There's a joke I can make there. I'm not going to. I'm sure those of you with an imagination can come up with it. That's...
The twin sisters. I gotta hand it to you for taking them down. But don't gloat just yet. Might come a time you wish you'd let them end it. And made things easy.
More of you, huh?
He's a Lassie. Take him.
Back off.
You want to keep breathing? Shut up and come quiet.
For those of y'all interested in a dummy mommy, there she is.
Bring her this way! Careful now! Come on! Sarah! Sarah! Shut it!
What, could these guys not
Stand
afford
down.
handcuffs?
You two? Why are you helping them?
If I were you, I'd worry about myself.
Fang is really cool. By the way, her name's Fang. Also, notice there was a Lassie brand on her upper arm, but it was really messed up. It looked super different than the one we have.
Give me that! What? Did we get him?
We got one of them.
They're still behind us!
Stop that! Hey! I said stop! You wanna die?
How are you gonna lose them?
You got me, kid.
Then let me!
No, thank you.
Only two hands at the on the steering wheel at a time. Or rather, one person at a time.
They're still on us? We're taking hits. Come on, give me a break.
Jeez, the cutscenes look impressive.
Hang on.
Oh, look at that world.
For the love of all that's good. Huh? Oh.
Next, an update on the status of the Purge. Just moments ago, His Sanctum announced the successful conclusion of the Purge, along with the safe arrival of the cocoon migrants to their new homes on Pulse.
Bullshit!
Yes, that is correct.
There's no denying the enormity of the strain the Purge placed on us all. But given the tens of millions of lives at stake, there truly was no alternative.
Primarch Daisley stood by the move, stressing the necessity of the relocation. When asked about the possibility of future purges, the Primarch remained non-committal, stating only that he would seek counsel with the fal'Cie Eden and weigh all options before making a decision.
Yeah, that's right. If it makes the Sanctum look bad, it never even happened.
Like I said, all those people were
In all
never gonna
the
have contact.
centuries since the War of Transgression, Cocoon has been spared pulse aggression and prospered for it. It is essential that we maintain this peace. That is the Sanctum's focus. We will continue employing every resource available to combat these threats to the harmony of our society.
Meaning, we'll be running for the rest of our lives.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
who is this guy?
I mean, what do they teach kids these days?
Vanille
He's
doesn't seem
Gallant
like the school
Daisley,
type anyway.
Sanctum Primarch. Murderer-in-Chief.
According to our Insta
Just
poll,
another
nearly
tool
90%
of the
of
foul
Cocoon
sea.
citizens
Pretty much
agree
the
that
closest thing to the
Sanctum
president,
can help
I
the
guess,
purge.
of the world.
70% of respondents said they would also support additional purges were the need to arise.
Let's purge everybody. That'll fix it.
I guess more like the Pope. He looks more like a Pope, or like the Pope. But basically, he seems to run the Sanctum in some degree.
Points for perseverance. A Sanctum fal'Cie up close and personal. Cocoon's own light in the sky. Here we go again.
Fly in. We'll lose him in there.
Might lose ourselves in there.
I like this fal'Cie.
There's more of them!
Yeah. So just to give you an idea of like the role fal'Cie play in this world, this was a Cocoon fal'Cie. And it pretty much, from what Saz says, it seems like it acts like the sun for Cocoon. Or at least a part of Cocoon. So that's what I mean, like these guys have like godlike power almost compared to humans.
Hey.
Hey, wake up! You gotta wake up! Look!
Hey, slow down!
Brady!
Gotta keep you kids safe, right?
Saz having strong parental instincts. How did these things find us? Now that's the question.
Glad that's over!
Man, I'm beat. What? No break?
They're tracking us.
I know that. I know that, but we aren't soldiers. We don't have your kind of stamina.
You got enough to complain.
Oh, that's... Forget it!
And you don't have a comeback ready.
I think
I'd stick with her if I were you.
Later then.
That's just giving Hope an out.
Come on, let's get going.
I thought they needed a break.
Get going to where, exactly? The whole of Cocoon's against us. No matter how far we run, there's no escape. That Seath clock, it's still a ticking.
There's still time. You give up too easy, old man.
I'm not giving up. There's some things that you just can't change. A kid like you would not understand.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I don't understand.
Well, I guess we can be fugitives together. Oh. You ready?
Ready!
Instruments of light. Flip through the nets and live to fight another day. So this is basically them telling us that we seem to have finally escaped the military. Now it's just Saz and Vanille, since Lightning wants to just keep watching. Saz and Vanille are going to take a bit of a slower pace. The characters can now develop further. Synergies. I'll take this, and this, and this. Hope wants to go ahead with Lightning. I guess he's got some stamina to him. I'm gonna level up these new roles. And yeah, it's interesting. I think Saz and Vanille are the most chill of the group. I mean, Hope's pretty chill too. I mean, not Hope, sorry. Hope's super angsty. I meant Snow. Snow's pretty chill too. Okay, not that way, not that way.
End of the road.
But at least it's not the end of the line.
Back to this night. Don't you just want to be there? You see that Vanille was also here at this night. And then there's the vestige in the background, if you spotted it. That's where the fal'Cie is. The pulse fal'Cie that started all this.
The big one's coming.
We didn't disappoint this year.
Day 11, the seaside city of Bodom. It does look gorgeous. I would love to visit a place like this. There probably is a real life equivalent, right? I wonder what it is. Could have been close enough.
You look dreamy, Farron. Wishing on fireworks, were you? And you call yourself a soldier? Ah.
Sorry, Lieutenant. But I really don't think guard duty is my calling, sir.
Well, lucky for you, your shift just ended. Pack it up and go home.
But, sir...
PSICOM found something in the vestige nearby. They don't want the Guardian Corps here stepping on their toes. I'm sure you heard about the accident at the Uriday Gorge energy plant, and how it has the PSICOM lads in a tizzy.
Yeah. More incident than accident. Something pulse-related.
You're taking tomorrow off?
Sir, for my birthday, sir. My sister, she insisted on it.
Workaholic Lightning.
When he it's a good time to send off that letter of recommendation for officer training.
Lieutenant.
You're past due for a promotion, Farron. Think of your sister and your future, and keep your nose out of trouble.
Out of SciComm business, you mean?
Yeah. Nothing good will come of it. Nothing but grief. Whoa, look at that one!
I like Lightning's lieutenant. Very chill dude.
Oh-ho!
How right you were, Lieutenant.
So if you're tracking the timeline, that's before they found out what was in the vestige.
Just you.
For now, I guess. Should we wait?
They'll catch up, eventually.
Also notice his uniform. It's very, very different. In Lightning and that dude's uniform is very, very different. He has two shoulder guards. Lightning only has one. Hope has access to the Synergist role. Synergists play a supporting role in combat, using their abilities to enhance and strengthen themselves and their allies. As a Synergist, Hope can learn abilities to improve the party's defensive capabilities. Currently, Hope can use the Protect spell, which raises the target's resistance to physical damage. As he develops in the role of Synergist, Hope will also be able to learn Shell, which boosts magic resistance. With both of these spells at his disposal, Hope will be able to help the party endure a wide variety of attacks. When he has gained adequate CP, open the main menu with and select Crystarium to teach him Shell via Christogenesis. Okay, and they also mentioned an incident at the Erudite Gorge. Accident was the word the lieutenant used. Yes, we'll get to that in a moment, Hope. So the junk we see around us is from Pulse. But they mentioned an accident. Well, the lieutenant mentioned an accident. Lightning called it an incident. The Erudite Gorge. So later on we'll find out about that. But again, this is 2 days before the current events. Roughly 2 days. The events of the main storyline. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a second there. And that's just before they found the pulse falsy in that vestige that was in the background. So I guess the vestige had just been sitting there for a while, and maybe no one bothered to check what was inside. And then the whole purge began. Hang on, let's go Crystarium. I think Lightning's got to keep more commando roles, so I'm going to focus on that for what's upcoming. It's interesting that the commando role buffs your magic stat as well. And then we also learned that it was Lightning's birthday not too long ago. So happy birthday, Lightning. Happy belated anyway. And Lightning is 21 in the events of this. Which is very, very young if you ask me. But apparently she's a really good soldier, because her lieutenant says she's past due for a promotion. Well, must be good at what she does. Although I guess the division of the military she works for kind of does guard duty or public safety. Oh, right. And notice these creatures look similar to each other, but slightly different. And in this area that we're in, Hope mentioned it. Ooh, that thing just buffed its own physical stat. Hope mentioned that the junk around here is from Pulse. Nice. So
Left over from the scrap the Foul Sea took from Pulse to repair Cocoon.
thank you again, Hope. I was just kind of considering what to say next. So it seems that Cocoon was damaged a bit. That was likely in the previous war that happened not too long ago. Ouch, they're focusing lightning a bit. I need a medic. And so they took a whole bunch of scrap metal from Pulse, it seems, to repair the damages to their own planet. Ooh. Okay, they're throwing their fire in hopes, healing himself and me. That's good. Let's just get rid of them. One of them. Oh, come on. So Hope did pay attention in school, clearly. Unlike Vanille. And he's probably a good student. And then we got a whole bunch of these creatures running around. Which, not really sure why these guys are here, other than, you know, gameplay-wise. And also, we also noticed that Vanille was in Bodum at the time. Just before, which makes sense. Obviously, she got purged. So it's very likely that all the characters we are looking for in the general area, or all our cast was in the general area, except Snow didn't look like he was getting purged. I don't know if he broke free of his bindings like Lightning did. Which, again, I'm not sure how she caused that interruption to the train. Maybe that's an intentional thing, I don't know. Snow seems to have set up a rescue team or a resistance with his little crew. So they must have dodged the purge somehow. They must have dodged getting rounded up. And then they went to the area to start the fight. Or maybe they broke free and then started fighting with a whole bunch of guns that they found or some shit. Oh, you didn't see me. Let's use it quickly, bro, because why not? It'll make things a bit more efficient. So if you notice, this thing seems to be exposing its core or some shiz, which is an interesting design. And in a dangerous situation, expose your core. I think that's just more of a visual thing to let us know what's going on. Okay. Hope seems a little tired.
Can we get through this way, you think? You know where you're going, right?
Good question.
I've been here on missions before.
Missions? Nothing to do with the Purge, though.
The Purge is PSICOM's baby. Our military is split into two arms. The Public Security and Intelligence Command, known as PSICOM, and the Guardian Corps. I was Guardian Corps, Bodum Security Regiment.
Wait, but I don't get it. If you're not PSICOM, then why did you board the train?
For Sarah.
So, day 13. Pretty much when this shift started. But this is like hours before we booted up the game.
Attention Purge deportees. Follow instructions and stay in your lines. Personal belongings will be returned upon arrival. Halt!
Dang!
Do not leave your lines! This is for your own safety!
I'm down in cold blood for trying to run.
What's the GC doing here? This op's under SciComm direction.
So direct me. Let me on. I want to be purged.
Only civs get purged. Sanctum staff and soldiers are exempt.
If you work for the government, you get a free pass.
Line up!
And then Lightning just quit being part of the Guardian Corps like that.
Excuse me. Hey, lady. What gives?
I volunteered.
Really? You don't look ready to go quiet into that good night.
How observative, Saz.
Quiet. You better take the next train.
Ooh.
Well, now I really want to see what you're up to.
You and me both, Saz. How does that not get your attention?
I had to rescue Sarah before they transported the vestige to Pulse, and out of my reach. My only chance to save her was to join the Purge.
You're telling me you got on that train so you could save your sister? That's crazy. I could never do something like that.
It's not a question of can or can't. There are some things in life you just do.
Easy for someone like you to say.
Lightning's quite decisive.
Lightning!
Oh, freaking mountain goat.
She left me.
You could try following her.
1, 2, 3, up we go.
What are you up to? Hey! Wait up!
Being like, hey! Maybe chocobo chicks can fly. Interesting to note.
Can't keep up with this girl.
So, learned a bit more. Hang on. Saz has gained access to the Synergist role. Synergists play a supporting role in combat, using their abilities to enhance and strengthen themselves and their allies. As a Synergist, Saz can learn abilities to improve the party's offensive capabilities. Currently, Saz can use the Faith spell, which raises the target's magic attribute, increasing the damage dealt by the target's spells. As he develops in the role of Synergist, Saz will also be able to learn Bravery, which boosts the target's strength. With both of these spells at his disposal, give me a second. Saz will be able to vastly improve the party's effectiveness against a variety of opponents. When he has gained adequate CP, open the main menu with and select Crystarium to teach him Bravery via Christogenesis. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting. Okay. At times you will encounter enemy groups engaged in battle with one another. With their attentions occupied, it becomes easier for you to initiate combat with a preemptive strike. Coming into contact with a member of either side will initiate a battle against both. However, the enemies may not even notice your presence at first. Continue to fight one another and continuing to fight one another instead. When this occurs, it is most effective to concentrate all your attacks against the side you expect to have the most trouble defeating. Once you've defeated the first group of enemies with the help from their foes, you can turn and fight the already weakened second faction. Pick your targets poorly, and you may be left waging a long and bitter battle against overwhelming odds. Okay, so, interesting thing to note. Another Crystarium thing. Lightning tells us, so for starters, the Purge was only meant for civilians. If you worked for the government, I think, or if you were part of the military, you basically got a free pass. You didn't have to join the purge. Which Lightning did get a free pass, because she worked for a branch of the military, Guardian Corps. But Sarah was in the vestige, that big structure where the Falsi was hiding inside. And Lightning realized that if they took that thing all the way back to Pulse, she was not going to be able to rescue Sarah. Like, she would have to find a way to plan a trip to Pulse and then come back. So Lightning's plan was, I need to be a part of the purge right the fudge now. Like, right now. And once I'm there, I'll have a chance of, wait a second. Paradigms. Generate. Hang on a second. Yeah. I can try a synergist medic. Okay. So Lightning was like, I need to be a part of the purge right the fudge now. And the only way to do that, since she wasn't a member of XIII, which is the military branch that was overlooking the purge, and she was a member of Guardian Corps, which, because she works for the military, she didn't have to be a part of the purge. The only way to join it was to be purged as a civilian, which is essentially be deported as a civilian. And Lightning was like, this is literally the only chance I've got to save my sister. So I'm gonna have to go for it. I'm gonna go against this. Attack the watch drones. So, considering Lightning does care about Sarah immensely, if that wasn't already clear. Oh, I gotta remember that I don't actually have them. So Lightning is quite protective over Sarah. And she was like, I'm going to miss out on my chance to rescue her if I don't act now. And we also learned that Lightning is pretty decisive. For her, it wasn't a question of, can I really go through with this? It was like a foregone conclusion that she needed to do this. And then Hope was like, I'm not sure I'd be able to just go through and do stuff like that and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on a purge train and get deported to what's been described as hell on Earth. Lightning tells them, sometimes it's not really a question of what are you willing to do, it's just something that you have to do. Oh boy. We might have a problem on our hands. I forgot the Saz doesn't really have a commando role, so we can't really stagger this dude. See, the stagger gauge is falling way too quickly. And the only way to do a very effective damage against this guy is to stagger him first. The question is, why was Sarah in the vestige? That question will get answered later.
I'm tougher than you thought, huh?
But Lightning at least knew where Sarah was. She was just like, nah, how do I get there? So her plan was, get on the purge train, get purged, and then break free of the bindings, sneak,
Like this before. Here we go.
and then sneak out onto the vestige.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I knew that would happen.
That would happen.
And quickly sneak into the vestige, rescue Sarah, and then sneak out of there. Which, I don't know how she was planning to attempt all this shit, but she knew if she didn't at least try something, Sarah was gonna be gone. And she could not afford to let that happen. Okay, we're gonna go with the Pulseworks soldier first, because this motherfucker just takes way too much time to beat if we don't have a commando. Its stagger gauge isn't falling. Okay, that's actually falling pretty quickly. But not that quickly, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna go with magic here. Oh my gosh.
Watch and learn, kid.
Vanille's health is getting a little low for my comforts. And then Saz, having seen that shiz of lightning, is like, purge me. He's like, okay, now I gotta see where this is going. It'll probably make for an entertaining show.
Thanks, Vanille.
And he was right. I mean, I didn't get much more entertaining than watching her kick all those soldiers' butts, right?
Bullseye.
The question is, I wonder if any other civilians are caught and killed. And we also saw the army trying to take Snow alive, which is something I pointed out earlier. Because Snow was pretty weakened, and then the Shiva sisters were summoned, but they were still approaching with caution. So I don't know if the Sea are just bulletproof. I don't think they are. But the army was approaching them with a lot of caution. And then Snow got taken by seemingly the army. Keep it together, Pops, she says. Oh man, that time was pretty terrible. I'm wondering if I maybe need to spread out the damage a bit more so I don't focus on the soldier so much. I can't open this until I defeat these guys. In case you've just been running past them. So I think there are 3 different factions in this fight. So we're gonna go with the Pulsework soldier first. And then we're gonna target the Theraxton, or whatever, the Panthers. I'm calling them Panthers. I think the Electro Kick guys might be the easiest to deal with. Oh, they're on the same team! Oh, I've made a grave error in judgment. You know what? They're both cyberized. It should have. That should. But to be fair, the Pulsework soldier is also like not exactly organic. But yeah, I didn't realize these guys were all on the same team. I should have gone for the Theraxtons first. Oh my gosh, Vanille is injured badly. But we're already in the medic thing.
Didn't even have that.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I may need to use Synergist. Should I be taking... Okay, hang on. These things seem to be taking a while to take out. Let's try killing the Watchtrons. Maybe they're easier. Because they keep interrupting my attacks. Vanille, please heal. I died. Yeah, I was worried about that.
Finally run out.
Did I say Watchtrons? I meant Watchtrons. Hang on a sec. Give me a second here.
Everything from Pulse is evil, doesn't it?
Yes, Vanille. Vanille just said King treats everything from Pulse as evil. Which does seem to be the case. Anything related to Pulse, they want to seem to get it off the planet. Which begs the question, how did the Vestige stick around for so freaking long, right? I think Vanille is saying that because she saw a bunch of Pulse drones. Or a bunch of Pulse, these Pulsework soldiers. No, okay, I shouldn't have staggered that guy. Oh well, whatever. We're gonna go after the Thraxton. She sees the cyberized cocoon stuff going after the Pulsework soldier. And we're gonna go after the watch drones next. Yeah, let's kill the watch drones. But yeah, it goes to show that Cocoon really does just hate and fear anything from Pulse. Like I said, think of Cold War mentality. Is the Pulse work? No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Okay, we already took care of it. So then now it's just this watch drone. Maybe I should heal a little bit. But it's interesting how Vanille mentions it, right? She says Cocoon hates everything from Pulse. Almost as if she's not associated with the situation. Like she's a spectator. And very clearly she doesn't seem to hate stuff from Pulse because, you know. And it's the second time she said something like that. When Saz mentioned the tens of millions of people who would be shaking if they're in their beds if they knew Lucina like us were running around. So, just a little interesting thing to note.
Thanks, Vanille.
I don't know if you've also noticed this. Maybe you'll notice it again later. We'll talk about it when she shows up again.
You should see your daddy now.
4 stars. Dang it. Oh well, whatever. Oh yeah, treasure chest. And that's the whole reason why we fought them. We could have just run past them. Maybe I should equip some stuff. Let's see what we got. Increases max HP. Doubles the effects of restorative. Sounds useful. Increases magic. Increases lightning resistance. Maximum HP by 100. Physical resistance. Which one? I feel like lightning's gonna need this. So I'm gonna go with this. Why not? And Vanille, she can get a iron bangle. There we go. So I think we pretty much got the lowdown on why lightning was part of the purge. It's just strength. What do we get from this? HP? HP and magic. Saz, we still don't know much about Saz, actually. Interestingly enough. Hope already told us that he was just visiting Bodum at the time, and that's why he got purged. And again, we don't really know anything about Vanille either. Snow, we assume he was there to rescue Sarah. And Lightning, they gave us the lowdown.
Huh?
Oh, kind of scary.
Piece of cake.
And like the purge in general. Oh my gosh, there are 2 of these soldiers.
Time to get serious.
Okay, we're going after the soldiers. No, not what? That's not who I thought you were targeting. Ah, we lost the stagger. Gosh, freaking dang it, man. Well, whatever. I really thought they would the game would auto-target the pulse work soldiers. Actually, you know what? Let's try this. You know, while everyone's occupied.
Leave it to me.
Let's buff ourselves up. Okay, bravery was useless. Okay, now let's get back to this. Vinial has been debuffing them, so that'll help us to kill them a little faster. And then let's fight the other soldier. I think the 3 panther things should be fine to fight. These buffs last a decent amount of time too. Hang on. Dang it. Ah. Oh, there's just one of them left. We must have killed the others. Sick. And so there's just this guy left to deal with. It's interesting how these things are still programmed to go after anything related to pulse, right? Unless they just attack anything that hasn't been cleared by the military. So unless it's a military ally, they just attack on time. Hey, this looks familiar.
Where's Grumpy? Got left behind, huh?
Leave me alone.
Hey,
This is pointless. Can't keep up. Can't get home. It's over for me.
It's not over. We'll get you home.
I don't have one. Now that Mom is.
What about your dad?
Ah, this night again.
Not making a wish, Hope?
Mom, you still believe in that kind of stuff? Wishing on fireworks? Really? That's for little kids.
Who are you calling kid?
You? What'd you wish for?
Oh, that next year, your father could come with us.
Why? It's better like this. We don't need him. That night, they found the Foul Sea in the Bodum vestige. The next day, soldiers sealed off the town, and we couldn't get back to Palum Polum. They forced us onto the train with everyone else. My mom, she was frantic. She wanted to get us home, so she tried to fight. She got tricked by Snow. He used her!
Let's get you home, okay?
Vanilla
Your
like,
dad's gotta be worried.
And he was like, I don't know how to deal with that.
Why should I care? He doesn't.
Any father cares.
Oh?
Saz?
It's nothing. Forget it.
Saz speaks like someone who would know.
Okay.
This ought to do it. We've got time. We'll get you back home. Your dad will be happy to see you.
Right, imagine being a family member of someone who is just visiting. Being told that everyone in this town is going to get deported, and then suddenly you can't contact that person you know who is vacationing there. Anyway, it does seem like Snow and his mom have a bit of a closer relationship, but his relationship with his dad seems a bit strained. Oh, Snow's in the Hope's in the party, so I gotta fix that up. So with 3 Ravengers on the party, it should be possible to stagger this guy now. See, it's a very quick way to stagger someone having multiple Ravengers. But the stagger does not last long. And it's already unstaggered. Oh, have we unlocked everything about it? Yes, we have. Ooh, Hope's health is kind of low. And it's staggered again. So these things should be a lot easier to deal with. Because once they're staggered, they just don't do anything anymore.
Well, that wasn't scary at all.
It's a take punches to the face. I'll take this. And Snow seems to be getting the blame for what happened to Hope's mom. Hope sees it as Snow tricked her. Which I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. But, you know, I think at this point he just needs someone to blame. And he could blame the government, but what can he do against the government? Whereas, you know, Hope is just, I mean not Hope, Snow is just one dude, right? And he's thinking he'd do something against him. Dun 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 dun. And then it seems like Saz might be a father, because he says, because of the way he says any father cares. Hope comes across as pretty angsty. I mean, if you dressed in all black, I'm pretty sure you'd be called emo or goth or something to that effect. Someone must have missed an attack, because we're... Oh my gosh, it's falling so quickly. We have to be synergized. Hang on. Let's heal up real quick.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because Hope's literally about to drop dead. Vanille. Okay, let's try this again.
All the old guys leave.
Ah. Yeah, if it keeps interrupting in our attacks like that, okay, we're gonna have to go with something else.
Bobbing and weaving.
Oh.
I owe ya.
You got it to stagger. Nice. Okay, it's almost dead. But it's almost out of its stagger.
Follow the old guy's lead.
Let's just keep hope alive. I thought I was gonna have to go into the debuffing mode. So we should be able to deal with it. And it's really just focused on hope.
Time to pull the old switcheroo.
And this should be done. Give it a second. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible rating. It kept interrupting our stagger opportunities. Well, it kept interrupting our attacks, and so unless we have all three synced up to attack, what the heck is this thing? No, seriously, what is it?
Just as I was getting used to things.
And then new shiz jumps out. We can use Libra real quick. And staggered. So I assume these are creatures from Pulse, because they don't look cyberized enough to be from Cocoon, right? Pulse has more of an old tech feel to it, if you've noticed, with the Pulsework Soldier. Whereas, like, the animals that were serving the military of Psychom, they have like a more cyber-organic, cyber-punk? Is that the word I'm looking for? Type of look to them. So that's an easy way to distinguish them. The Pulsework soldiers look more the Pulse technology looks more steampunk.
Isn't that
a warship from Pulse?
You mean they made it this far?
Of course not. Not during the war, not since. They might have tried, but none of their forces made it into Cocoon. They only damaged the outer rim. Then the Sanctum's Fal'Cie pushed them back. What'd you, sleep through history?
More or less. So, what's a ship from Pulse doing here?
Once the war was over, people couldn't live near the rim anymore, in places like the Hanging Edge. So the Fal'Cie, they gathered up scrap from Pulse and used it for rebuilding here. This is what was left. A bunch of garbage.
Who'd have thunk? A Pulse Fal'Cie and who knows what mixed in with all the trash.
Who'da thunk?
Who'da thunk indeed.
I'm gonna go peek ahead.
Do me a favor.
So
Stop wandering off and stay where I can keep my eye on you.
there's a little bit of lore on how the heck the Fal'Cie got this close. During the war between Cocoon and Pulse, Pulse managed to damage like the outer shell of Cocoon. Then the Cocoon Fal'Cie stepped in and put a stop to them. But the damage was so severe that no one could live near here anymore. So they just went down to Pulse, grabbed a whole bunch of shiz and used it to rebuild Cocoon. Not realizing that one of the things they grabbed was a whole lab's Fal'Cie. And that Fal'Cie had just been here on Cocoon for hundreds of years, I'm guessing, before it was finally found. Now, one of the interesting questions is... Oh, I was like, Sarah was in the Vestige? How did she end up there? A question that'll be answered later. Hope paid attention in history. Vanille says she slept through it. Or something like that. I'm guessing she wasn't paying attention. Oh, dang it. I don't know if those things are creating soldiers or if that's just where the soldiers sleep. You know, I don't know why we're going for this guy first, but whatever. This is the plan now. I should have gone for the other thing first. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, okay. Vanille, heal yourself. Yeah, that thing has just got it out for Vanille. Jeez. Vanille is taking a lot of damage. I'm just keeping it on... Okay. Okay, now we can go back to this. See, like, it was full. I don't know how to trick the ATB gauge into always being full. But I think that is a trick. Okay, that guy's down. Other guy next. So, it's also interesting to note that these Fal'Cie took part in the war between the two planets. So that sounds kind of terrifying, considering how much power they wield. It seems that the Cocoon's forces were getting uncomfortably close. So maybe it was just like a reserve forces thing. Let me see if I can make myself stronger. They were probably just like waiting to be spurred into action. It's overwhelmed, dude. Oh, okay, that sounds useful. Can we reach that? No. So, I guess when things got too desperate, then the Fal'Cie would intervene, but mostly the war would be fought between like l'Cie and grunts and that kind of thing. And ordinary soldiers. I wonder if at the time, being turned into a l'Cie was a very normal thing in order to fight the war. Could be, right? Aw, man. Like the Cocoon... No. Yeah, let's go for the Inquisitor. I just want to get rid of this first. So, it could be at the time that during the war, getting turned into a l'Cie was probably a useful thing. But then, actually, no, it wouldn't. Because even then, there's still that whole thing of being turned into crystal. So maybe you were like considered a hero if you volunteered to be a l'Cie. Basically, you'd just become a way stronger soldier, fighting on the front lines. But in exchange, you'd have a very limited time left on this planet. You basically sacrifice the rest of your life. Because you say turn into crystal and gain eternal life, which I assume means you're going to be crystal forever, even if you complete your focus. And then if you don't complete your focus, you turn into a mindless monster. So, I guess what might have happened in that situation? That might have been a cruel fate even back then, but wonder what people would have been willing to do during times of war. Sometimes it's scary what people are willing to do during times of war. And hey, if it's to protect your loved ones, maybe someone would be willing to. Kind of like a Captain America type thing. Where Steve was so determined to be on the front lines and fighting, even though like his health was not up for it. There are probably some folks like that. Treasure! Nice. Oh, Phoenix down. Treasure! Nice. And middle on pad. Okay. Okay.
Just as I was getting used to things.
Okay, this guy looks slightly different. So, we saw Cocoon fight alongside monsters, right? Well, cyberized monsters. Psycom brought like these cyber-organic monsters, almost. I wonder if Pulse did a similar thing, where they had troops fight alongside monsters of their own.
Change in the play.
Oh, my defense has been lowered. But that's fine. Oh, wait. I think I just remembered something about this guy. If I'm not mistaken, he can summon... Ouch. Jeez. He can summon more allies. Yeah, let's heal up a bit. Oh, Venial, please heal me. Venial, please. Venial. Oh my gosh. I'm losing the 5-star rating. It's not 5 stars anymore. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Succubus. Since that thing debuffs us, and I think can summon more allies. Okay. Then let's go for the Incubus. Oh, let's heal. So I imagine that Pulse probably adopted a similar strategy, considering how many of these creatures are here. Although, that brings into question, are these monsters just kind of immortal? Or have they been reproducing out here this entire time? Because I think monsters typically need to reproduce. The Pulseworks soldiers obviously, built, so I wouldn't be surprised by that thing being semi-immortal. Like, it doesn't surprise me if that thing is semi-immortal. But this Incubus and Succubus doesn't look that mechanical. I think it has some biological parts to it. So has it just been immortal this entire time? Or... Okay, hang on. Oh, I forgot. This should get the stag, or it would if it wasn't for the fact that it interrupted an attack. There we go. I imagine that both sides sent out monsters and soldiers fighting side by side. But considering how much more digitized the Cocoon forces look, I wonder if Pulse ever figured out hacking to get... I don't think hacking would have worked on the monsters though. Something tells me they're not that digitized. Let's just heal up real quick. Oh, jeez. I think I chose to heal up. Okay.
Changing gears.
We still haven't seen lightning yet, so she must have gotten really far ahead. Not exactly full of maternal instincts, that one. Oh my gosh, such a bad rating.
Hope snow's alright.
Says thinking about snow. Last we checked, snow got taken in. But whoever took him in got Sarah out of the crystal, so, you know, that kind of helped, I guess. So, that whole digging for days thing, I guess it kind of worked out for Snow. As long as he can manage to break free and then grab Sarah's crystal. And they were like using hover technology to suspend her crystal and carry it around, I think. Ouch. It's like it's thundering outside. Battles take a bit of take a bit of time though, huh? A bit of a shame. These guys are just bullet sponges, it seems. Oh, if we can't get a stagger off. I've been in that state for a bit too long. Hopefully this gets the stagger. But... okay, we got it staggered down again. Well, magic sponges, I guess I should call them. They're just damage sponges. All damage against them is halved except for lightning, which is... no, wait, lightning is magic, so it's probably halved as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I don't know. Thaumaturgy? Okay. I didn't realize Saz was getting so low. Saz doesn't have access to lightning, which is probably why this is getting slowed down a little bit. I'm not sure which of them do have access to lightning, actually. Okay, he's switching targets. I can probably afford to just, yeah, risk it for the biscuit and not heal Hope right now. Once the dagger gauge gets pretty low to finish, then I think I can just kill him here. Okay, that battle dragged on. Yeah, I don't know what it wanted us to do. Safe spot. Alright. Hey.
Hey, welcome to the party.
You miss us?
Would it kill her to smile?
The only two cheerful people here. Okay, body changed up. Lightning's now in. Good, because we need a commando. Ah. I wonder if lightning waited for us, or if she just got stuck somewhere. It does beg the question. I guess she's just running. They needed to run with urgency. Diversity. Okay, this is good though, because this means we can also keep up the stagger gauge while healing. Since now we've got a commander to stabilize it. Oh my gosh, we're gonna destroy this thing. Better. Oh, having commander is just much better for the whole situation. I listen to the soundtrack even while driving around in Final Fantasy 15. Five stars. We're back, baby. I wonder if... Nope. Okay. Always check every nook and cranny.
I'll do what I can.
Honestly, the treasure chests aren't that high value. Ooh. We're gonna go for the succubus. And we're in there. Back to 5 stars. Any second now. But like I was saying, the treasure chests, you could probably ignore them. You don't miss out on that much, to be honest. But, you know, if they're right there, why not pick them up? Okay. Nice. Hope is the one taking the back seat. I guess Vanille does seem the most ready to fight between the two of them, and you gotta have the two adults fighting instead of a kid, right? So I wonder what kind of lore you could think of Vanille. She's ready to fight, doesn't pay a lot of attention in school, but she doesn't seem like the I don't respect rules and authority type, right? Like delinquent type, for lack of a better word. She very much does not seem like a delinquent type, but she seems way more ready to fight than Hope is. And she doesn't really know much about academics, it seems, or at least current politics and history, which Hope does. And I assume that's because Hope pays more attention in school.
Doing good.
That's a compliment, Lightning. Thank you. Or were you talking about yourself? What kind of bullshit was that? Fudging what? Anyone see that thing just sense me and then run a circle around me and then hit me? I can add its back turned to me for that shit.
That's you. Done.
That's you. Done. Alright. Ooh, wait. Okay, there's nothing. Oh yeah, let's level up Lightning. It's got like 900 points. Since you're gonna be the commando, what does Fault Tapping do? Oh, don't you charge ATB when opponents is status ailed? Okay. Rock Strike! I wonder if that counts as a semi-physical attack. I hope it does. I forget. It's actually been years since I played this game. I mean, not since the last stream, I mean before the last stream. It's been years since I played this game. Then it just is maxed out on Saz, right? No. Okay. Vanille. Maybe I should have maxed out the medic roll, unless it's already maxed out. No, it's not. Well, not as far as we get. 000, and then hope. This is maxed out. Just being a completionist with that. Arrow. Okay, good that I grabbed that. Alright. I'll quickly go grab the save point again. Because I'm paranoid like that.
Come on, let's go.
We're going. Let's go already.
Come to Papa.
So now, at this point in the game, you're probably wondering, what exactly is our aim here? Is it to just run away? Because that's all it seems that we've been doing so far, right? Well, we went... Okay. Starters, we showed up in the middle of the purge. And there was a big fight going on. And everyone was basically going after the Fal'Cie. Lightning was going in the Fal'Cie's direction, because she was looking for Sarah. Snow was going in the Fal'Cie's direction because she was looking for Sarah. And then as for Lightning, I mean not Lightning, Saz, Vanille, and Hope, they kind of just tagged along for the ride.
Time to get serious.
Nope. So now that we fought the Fal'Cie and it turned everything to crystal, we're now pulseless. And that makes things a bit tricky, because in the past, now that we've been branded l'Cie, we might have been able to sneak out of here and then just go home. I don't know if the government documented who was supposed to be purged, but considering how Hope and his mom were just visiting the town at the time, they probably just didn't properly document which citizens were getting purged with Cocoon. But to be fair, Cocoon does have a lot of futuristic technology, but then again, Lightning seems to have joined the purge at like the last second. So I'm not 100% sure how well they processed who was getting purged. If they didn't process it that well, that means if you manage to slip out of the purge during the fighting and get this far, you could probably just go home or go to another town or something like that, right? Or just go anywhere else on Cocoon and then hope the military doesn't find out you were supposed to be purged. And then just go back to your life. Or unless your life was in Bowden, in which case you're gonna have to start a new life. I mean, better than getting deported to Pulse, right? Which, again, you weren't actually gonna get deported to Pulse, you were just gonna get killed. The government was just gonna kill you and then say that you got deported to Pulse. The government even made the announcements that everyone arrived safely and successfully on Pulse, and now they're starting their new lives there. Even though they were just trying to kill everyone, but they knew full well no one was going to have any contact with... Is there a treasure chest nearby? No. Even if... Oh, there it is. The government knew no one was going to have any contact from people who were deported to Pulse. So they were just like, yeah, no, we totally got them there safely. Meanwhile, they just committed genocide. And then claimed that they did what they said they were going to do. Which the whole concept of the purge seemed pretty messed up in the first place.
What do you suppose that is?
Ooh, boss fights. I should have leveled up a bit more. Oh well.
What is that?
Pulse armament.
And that's bad for us.
Excuse me. You can see Hope sneak off to the side. Hello, big beefy boy. The Dreadnought. Okay, bully. Nice. We're gonna buff ourselves first. And debuff him.
Changing gears.
I don't know what's... Oh, Steam Clean. It's cleansing itself. Probably. Of debuffs. I think. Probably. Oh, it cleansed itself of one debuff. Jeez Louise, it took so long just to cleanse itself of one debuff. Which we just put right back on. So yeah, right now it seems like our goal is just running from the government. So what's the overall goal that we're shooting for?
Hold it together.
High damage dealing physical attacks, suitable to these attacks. Okay. Oh, this should be over soon. Oh, deep protect wore off. Unless it has a second phase. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played this. Okay, seems like phase 2. That was a hollow floor?
Thought we were goners. You alright?
Incoming.
Lucky he didn't try to land on us. Okay, phase 2.
Bobbing and weaving.
Now, I'm just gonna heal up real quick. Let's go with bullying. No, 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 no.
Time to pull the old switcheroo.
But I guess we'll find out the main purpose of our journey pretty soon. Well, no, we won't. Oh.
Bobbing and weaving.
Okay, okay. Video here yourself. But yeah, if anyone managed to get through the purge and escape the military some fudging how, despite the whole net that the military set up to catch anyone who tried to slip through, then you could probably just move to a new town and start your life somewhere else. Unless you're like Hope's family, in which case just go home. Just go home and don't tell anyone that you were supposed to be purged. Like, why the heck would you tell anyone that shit? Although, someone might want to come out and say we were supposed to be purged, but then the government just tried to fudging kill us. And you gotta beg it begs the question, do you really want to expose yourself like that? I mean, I guess some people might want to expose the injustice, right?
Follow the old guy's lead. I appreciate it.
But other people might be like, listen man, I just got out of that dangerous situation. I don't need to piss off the government. And, I'm just gonna stay off the government's radar as much as possible. By not saying shiz and keeping my head down and just continuing with my life. Wait, much lost? Gosh, dang it! I'm like 2 whole minutes sooner. Omnikit, Lenora's Garage. Medic roll, available to Lightning. Commander roll, available to SAS.
Pulse is crawling with things like that, isn't it?
Where's Hope? Is he
Got
still up
me.
there?
Not even the Corps has access to intel on Pulse. Soldiers in the field fight blind.
Yeah, I noticed that. But don't you need to know exactly what you're up against?
Target's a target.
You like to keep it simple, don't you?
I stick to my goal.
As long as you have a goal, you can fight?
You can stay alive.
You can upgrade weapons and accessories at save stations using your Omni Kit and the various components you collect on your journey. First, approach a save station and press to access it. Then select Upgrade from the save station menu to access the workbench. After choosing Upgrade, select the weapon or accessory that you wish to improve. Next, you will need to select the type of component you wish to use for the upgrade, as well as the quantity. The combined EXP value of the chosen components will then be applied to the target piece of equipment. After enough EXP has been spent on a weapon or accessory, its level will increase, improving its abilities and attributes. Certain components bestow a bonus to any EXP spent on a piece of equipment. By utilizing these components, you will be able to make more efficient upgrades. Likewise, some components reduce an item's EXP bonus. Careful consideration is required when deciding which components to employ. Once a particular piece of equipment has reached its maximum potential, its level will be replaced by its star. At this point, no further level advancement is possible, but the item can be transformed into an entirely different one by means of specialized components. When this happens, both its name and properties will change. A newly transformed item may initially seem weaker than it did in its previous form, but unlike its fully upgraded predecessor, it will be eligible for level advancement. Through further upgrades, it can be made even more powerful than its earlier incarnation. Unwanted equipment can be scrapped for parts by selecting Dismantle. The equipment itself will be destroyed, but you will be able to salvage components, some of which can be obtained in no other way. There will exist well over 100 different components. Obtain as many as possible and experiment with their effects in order to determine the most efficient and effective ways to customize your arsenal. I'm pretty sure you can kind of just ignore this for a huge portion of the game. It's, I think, not until much later that upgrading weapons becomes not viable, worth it. That's it. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
Scout ahead.
Let's save. Cutscene coming up. Good, because I was kind of running out of things to talk about.
Not much of a future for us, huh?
Hard to picture a happy ending.
We don't even know where to go.
I do.
Huh?
There.
Eden? The Sanctum Seat of Power. Oh, that's a great idea. Just charge right in there. Give him a taste of Lassie terror. You're serious?
Uh-oh.
Keep running. It's die or turn Seath. There's no place for Lassie to hide. No. They want to fight. Let's take it to the Sanctum's door.
This isn't a game.
No. That's for damn sure.
Damn, it isn't.
Started with Sarah. The Fal'Cie took her. Now I'm a Lassie too. And the Sanctum's hunting me, an enemy of the state. But who's pulling their strings? A Fal'Cie. Eden. Cocoon's sustainer and guiding light. It probably ordered the purge too. Pulse and Sanctum Fal'Cie, they're all the same. And we're all the same to them. Expendable. I'm not dying a Fal'Cie slave.
So, what are you gonna do?
Destroy it.
By yourself? Are you crazy? Say you pull it off. What's that get you? Satisfaction? Something happens to Eden, it's lights out Cocoon. You want that? You're a see now. So you just want to snuff out Cocoon.
No! What about Sarah? She said to save Cocoon. It might even be our focus to make sure Cocoon's...
Our focus doesn't matter. I don't take orders from Fal'Cie. How I live is up to me.
Don't you mean how you die?
Think like that, and it's already over. Better to pick your path and keep moving. Don't worry. I'm after the Sanctum. I'm not out to destroy the world. If it did come to that, wonder if our hero'd try to stop me.
You want to fight Snow now? Just like that and your enemies?
Next time we meet, we might be too.
When the fear sank in, it tore us all apart. Lightning was suffering, reaching out to us. But none of us could see it.
Frames aren't being too good on Twitch, it seems.
Snow deserves it.
If only I'd been stronger. None of this ever would have happened. I don't know what I should do.
That makes two of us.
Whoa! Hey! You're taking care of me.
Well, it won't be if you keep pushing me like that.
Wait for me! I'm going with you.
I can't babysit you anymore.
I can fight. I'm not afraid.
Oh, they found us.
Great. A SciComm hit squad.
When did they set those up? Must have known we were coming in this direction. We're gonna get the gunners, I guess. Okay. So, some stuff to unpack there. Actually, quite. Oh my gosh.
Stay sharp.
Here.
So, like I said, where do we go from here? The government's hunting us down. And we're just kind of running for our lives.
Just stay out of my way.
Lightning has found a new purpose. She says she's going to take out the Cocoon Fal'Cie, Eden. Now, Eden is actually pretty important, because Saz just told us if Eden falls, it's lights out Cocoon. Just to goes to show how reliant everyone is on the Fal'Cie in this universe.
Not bad.
Really? Thanks.
Those two just watched that explosion happen.
Uh-oh. Army's out to play.
What now?
What now? I mean, we could stay here, but shouldn't we...
Run?
Huh?
We should run. If we rush in now, we'll just get in her way.
That's one way to look at it.
You know, you're right. I guess. I mean, it's not like Lightning needs any help.
You guys can admit you're scared.
There'll be more soldiers. We should keep moving. Lightning? Are you worried about the others? I'm sure they got away okay.
So can you if you leave now. With me, it'll be fight after fight. I don't know how it'll end. It's anybody's guess.
I know that. But I need to be stronger.
Look at Hope.
Lightning,
Working on self-improvement.
Call me Light.
what's the plan from here?
Through the Gapra Whitewood to Palampolum. We'll find transport to Eden.
I live in Poland. I can show you all the shortcuts.
No side trips.
No need. I don't think Lassie are welcome at home.
Alright, so our party of 4 has split into 2 teams. This team is out to destroy the thing that sustains the world. Now, Lightning says she's not out to destroy the world itself, she just wants to take down the Fal'Cie. So there might be a way for Cocoon to survive even after Lightning takes out Eden. But that's assuming she even succeeds in taking out Eden. Okay, just cannot develop further. Accessory. Oh, oh, did I not grab that? That's funny. What is this? Roll level. Okay. Got distracted for a second there. Lightning says, that it's a Fal'Cie who's pulling everyone's strings, and it's kind of a Fal'Cie who turned Sarah into a Lassie, and it's a Fal'Cie that turned her into a Lassie. And so at this point, she's like, all Fal'Cie are dangerous and need to be destroyed, right? And she's going after the biggest, baddest Fal'Cie there is, in her eyes. Which is... Eden. Eden sustains Cocoon's lights, it seems, and is probably pretty important to Eden. I mean, not Eden. To Cocoon, and it seems to have like a managerial role. So that's why Lightning's kind of targeting it. Now Saz is taking that as Lightning might have just swapped teams and wants to be Pulse Soldier so that she can turn into Crystal. And Lightning is just like, no, it's not that. I'm just pissed off at all the Fal'Cie at this point. They've screwed us over so much. It sounds a little racist, but whatever. Now, Saz is saying, obviously, that thing is like the most heavily guarded thing imaginable, considering how important it is to Cocoon. So, you'd probably just... that's probably just a suicide mission you're talking about. Trying to take it down. But Lightning is saying that if I think I'm going to die, then I'm definitely going to die. I gotta believe that I actually have a chance of pulling this off. And Vanille brought up the fact that maybe, just maybe, Snow is right with believing in Sarah and thinking that their focus is to protect Cocoon. But Lightning is saying that she genuinely does not care about their focus. And that she doesn't want to be some Fal'Cie slave or just do whatever a Fal'Cie says. So this seems to be more out of spite. And I guess a rebellious spirit more than anything else.
Just stay out of my way.
So those are just Lightning's way of rebelling. Also, mind you, Hope doesn't really know what to do with himself right now either. He says he lives in Palam, or I guess he lived in Palam. He still, I would still say he does, you know. But, he's saying that no one's probably going to welcome him with open arms once he gets home. So you can tell he seems to have a really strange relationship with his father. Because that should be who's at home. And then there's also that whole thing of, if their focus is to protect Cocoon, which is what Snow genuinely believes, That means Lightning and Snow would be fighting each other. Since Snow wants to protect Cocoon because he believes that's what their focus is and that's what Sarah asked him to do. Whereas Lightning just wants to lash out at the Fal'Cie. So they might end up coming to blows. And Lightning is also saying that next time they meet, if you're not with me, I might have to attack you. I can get this. Got it. Hope decided that Lightning seems to have a good... Lightning seems to know what she wants and seems to be determined, and he wants to kind of be like Lightning instead of just feeling like a lost sheep constantly. So he's following Lightning, hoping that he can be as driven as her. And, you know, Hope, I get that people are like, Hope is a bit of a complainer, but he does try to change himself around a bit, you know. Maybe not the best part. He still has a massive hatred for Snow. Because he believes that Snow somehow deceived his mom and caused her death. So right now, for Lightning and Hope, the plan is to get to Palampolum, which is Hope's home, Hope's hometown. From Palampolum, they take a train to Eden. So it's not like people would be looking for l'Cie in Palampolum. It's doubtful. So they just need to, because keep in mind the government did say the purge was successful. So no one knows anything about any l'Cie.
Any trace of the l'Cie? Nothing. No sign it's been activated. Huh? Who's there?
No one knows anything about any l'Cie. So they could probably just cover up their brands, which for Lightning, it seems like her brand's already covered up. Hope just needs to wear an armband. And then they could probably just take a train to Eden, because Eden is a location in Cocoon that it seems like anyone can just kind of go to. It's just that in that imagine it like Vatican City. Okay, not Vatican City. Just imagine it as like Washington. That's a better example. Like anyone can go to the state of Washington, but it's not like anyone could visit the White House.
Probably thought we'd try
We'll
and
get
use
in the White House.
machine to escape.
Maybe we should try it. What does this do?
Hey, you're gonna hurt yourself. Don't touch that.
Wait, what if it works?
Leave it. I told you to leave it.
Stop! Stop already! I think I got it. Right! I think I can work this!
These Herculean combat machines are capable of clearing away enemy hordes with mighty blows, or simply trampling over foes who stand in their path. Attack with consumes power, but breaking through fences will recharge the machine's power reserves. Which doesn't really make sense, but okay. While piloting an armament, enemies cannot harm the party. Sweet. So, like I said, anyone can go to Washington, but not anyone can set foot inside the White House, right? So their plan right now is just to get to Eden, or get to the place where, jeez Louise, freaking yeeted them. The plan is to just get to the place, and then once we're there, we'll figure out how to attack Eden. Right, that's currently the plan. It's interesting that they thought Pulse l'Cie would try to use Pulse machinery, despite the fact that Pulse l'Cie were only made like 5 seconds ago. Or whatever. I wonder if they're also looking for like former soldiers, because remember the soldiers were turned into Sith. Which means they must have been l'Cie. So I wonder if they expected to fight XIII soldiers. Can you guys gather up? Okay. So in order to become Sith, they obviously first had to be l'Cie. So I'm wondering if they were expecting to see soldiers that had turned l'Cie. Who would have escaped to soldiers other than lightning, like XIII soldiers. Hang on, a little tricky to control this. Yeah, there we go. Are they running away? Oh, I'm out of charge.
Nice landing. Let's get moving.
Just need a minute. I'm still a bit winded.
You're too soft.
Wait up!
Ooh, 2 items. One of them is just money. Where it says in Vanille, okay, so we talked about Hope and Lightning's plans. We can talk about more about them later. It says in Vanille's plan is book it. Just fudging run in the opposite direction of where we see hostile military types. Hang on. Oh, we can save. Again. Alright. And then Snow, I don't really know what he's up to. But for now, Vanille and Saz are still on the whole just run for it for now. And there is that whole issue of l'Cie, because keep in mind, l'Cie have a limited amount of time. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. l'Cie have a limited amount of time to complete their focus, just in case you forgot. So I guess Lightning is trying to take that guy, trying to spite Fal'Cie, trying to do something to spite Fal'Cie.
Which way do we go?
Right is always right, Hope. Right is always right. I was hoping I could sneak up on this thing. Oh well, whatever. She's trying to do something to spite Fal'Cie just until the timer runs out, because in her mind, once you're l'Cie, you're pretty much screwed. So might as well do something hostile towards the thing, to the guys who've been jerking you around. Guys in Vanille, I guess they're just running for now, even though they're on the clock. That is something that we're gonna have to address at some point, that we've got a limited timer. What is that? Oh, is that where I was sending the missile? And Lightning also believes that it was actually the Fal'Cie who ordered the purge, which again was execution masquerading as deportation. that's one of the reasons why she wants to get at the Fal'Cie. And I guess Lightning is just that, you know what, I've faced a lot of problems in the last couple of days, and a Fal'Cie seems to be involved in every single one of them. Hang on, let's go down below. I want to fight those guys. Nice. But it does beg the question, right? Just how much damage is killing this Fal'Cie Eden going to do? To Cocoon, if she actually manages to pull it off. Because it could be disastrous, from what it sounds like. No. Fudge, that thing moves fast. Okay. And I showed how, like, for example, that one Fal'Cie we ran into is pretty much working as I think it was working as the sun. Let's keep this.
Just stay out of my way.
I wish I could. I don't like lightning like inching closer to this thing. Okay. Let's get. Because it seems like everyone's heavily reliant on Fal'Cie, right? And you know, considering how it's so important to the main government, even if Lightning pulled it off, she'd probably be branded like the biggest terrorist imaginable. I mean, she's kind of branded that already with the LaC mark. That is one of the issues though. If you have been branded the LaC, and even if you did manage to get out of the purge and escape, it's like you're on a timer, dude. It's only a matter of time before you turn into a monster. That, or you gotta figure out what your focus is and complete it, right? And then you get to turn into crystal, I guess, if you do complete it. So it's interesting to think this crew might have had a very different fate had they just dodged the Fal'Cie, you know, had they just not gone to fight the Fal'Cie, giving it an opportunity to turn them into LaC. Right now they could probably, well, Lightning lived in Bodom. Spoiler. Lightning lived in Bodom. Although I don't think that's much of a spoiler. So she would have had to find a new home. We don't know much about Saz. Vanille we also don't know much about, but Hope lived in Palampolam, so he probably just could have gone home. He still would have had to tell his dad that his mom died.
This isn't working. Huh? I mean, you're a liability. You'll just slow me down.
What?
I'm sorry, but I can't protect you when...
You can't leave me here. You've got to take me with you.
Enough! The whole world is against us. I can barely keep myself alive, let alone some helpless kid! I don't have time to baby you. You want to get tough? Do it on your own!
happening.
Oh shit. This thing just showed up and was like, dang girl, if you hate the kid that much, I'll just kill him for you. Yields to those who amass chain bonuses. Yeah, they don't actually tell you. Well, that kind of sucked. Is Hope's HP too low? I should have messed with the paradigms. I didn't mess with the paradigms. I usually mess with the paradigms, but I didn't this time. I don't know why. Hope died very quick. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Okay, Hope's getting his butt kicked. And Lightning's like, oh gosh! Yeah, that's healed up. Is there another one? Okay, it isn't. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, but this thing has it out for Hope. I'm just gonna keep healing him. So the trick to this battle is to keep healing Hope, actually.
Thanks.
But it doesn't seem like I'm gonna successfully pull off this battle. I think Hope is healing himself. So the trick to this battle is Lightning is supposed to heal Hope. Oh. But yeah, its stealth gauge is so far behind. Yeah, I should have missed with the paradigms. I was underprepared for this one. Ah, Hope's dead. Is everyone healed up? Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to give this another attempt.
Follow my lead. Let's go.
Okay, I need to mess around with the paradigms a bit.
Just like that.
As you can see, Doom there. Hang on. No, retry. Okay. So Commander Revenger can stay. Super Soldier, I'm gonna swap this to... This can stay. I need this to be a medic. Double Dose. I'm gonna be the medic here. Hope can be the synergist. So this is for attacking. This is for Hope just healing me. This is for me healing Hope. This is useless. What do I want to do with this? Medic synergist. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with this. I should go with the role where Hope can attack and I heal him. Hope can try and yeah. Okay, that actually makes sense. No, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, let's try that again. So Hope is going to be the main damage dealer of this fight to help get the chain bonus up, and then okay, we saw this. We can watch it again.
This isn't working. Huh? I mean, you're a liability. You'll just slow me down.
What?
I'm sorry, but I can't protect you when.
Oh yeah, in case you were wondering where Lightning's brand is.
You gotta take me with you.
Enough.
There. It's on her chest, like Sass.
I can barely keep myself alive, let alone some helpless kid. I don't have time to baby you. You want to get tough? Do it on your own.
Uh-oh.
This cannot be happening.
Race Lightning isn't that heartless. She isn't gonna let this thing just butcher Hope. But it would be kind of cruel to just abandon the kid out here in the middle of nowhere. At least get into Pelham Poland first, right?
Take down the enemy.
Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. Lightning, I seriously...
Thanks.
It was so close that it kept interrupting what I wanted to do. What the fudge, man? I was trying to heal Hope, but it just kept interrupting me. Again. I don't know why it's only filling up 2 gauges instead of 3. I don't know why it isn't lining up a 3rd attack.
Follow my lead. Go. Let's go.
So Lightning's feeling like Hope is a bit of a liability at the moment. Which, out of declaring war on the entire world, she's like, I kind of feel like I have to just babysit at this point. Even though Hope has been contributing to the fights, but I guess he doesn't have a lot of stamina. And I feel like it's partly because Lightning isn't 100% sure of what she's doing. Like, she just kind of needs something to work towards. I'm not sure what's going on here. I guess it only lines up enough for how much it thinks the person's gonna need.
Take down the enemy.
Okay, go. Gotta keep going. Thankfully, I think the synergist is helping Hope survive a little bit. Okay, we're almost there. Oh my gosh, what's the button? I'm pretty sure it was square. Is it not square? Oh my gosh, what is the button? I don't know what the button is! I'm supposed to be able to end the battle by pressing a single button right now, but none of the buttons are triggering that. I don't understand! What was the button? I pressed every button! I can't see what button it's telling me to press. Oh, that sucks. Just for the record, that should have been a successful battle, but I'm playing with a PS4 controller, and so the inputs aren't showing up. I did it with snow earlier. I was pretty sure it was like square or something. I don't know why it wasn't working with lightning.
Let's go.
We gotta get it away from each other, otherwise his attacks are just gonna hit both of us. Hope always dies immediately. Like, he always just insta-dies at the beginning of this battle. Even though I start the battle off in medic mode. This is the third time he's just died at the beginning of the battle.
Follow my lead.
Lightning! Oh my gosh, she was about to watch the kid die. Again. Yeah, sometimes the animations can be a little frustrating, because the animation of waiting for someone to actually heal, or just that enemy's attack animation interrupting your animation. Like, you don't have a way to really stop that. That's something you just kind of have to deal with, since you can't move your characters out of the way.
Take down the enemy.
Okay, we've almost filled it up this time. I don't know if the game made the battle easier, or something else changed. I'd like to point out I have pressed pretty much every button that's on here. Okay. Hang on a sec. I need to figure out what the fudge is going on, because I should be able to end the battle right now. Give me a second. Okay, I might need to restart the game. Press X on my keyboard? That's another option? Okay. Okay, that's not working. Uh... Okay, I might need to do this by the third time. Because it's supposed to be square. This is kind of frustrating. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna have to restart the game because it's just not working. Apparently restarting the game might help.
Just like that.
Hang on. Sorry. Just give it a sec. That ain't just a tad frustrating. Paradigms. I'll throw in a Ravager one. I heard that's actually really good. Okay. We're skipping. Okay, wait for its first attack to land, then heal Hope. Now heal Hope. You're not healing Hope. Bro! I feel like Lightning was waiting for Hope to die. She took so long to do the animation. Okay, now I need help. Oh gosh.
Follow my lead.
Okay, there. For the first time, Hope didn't die as soon as the battle began. Heal the boy again. Heal the child once more.
Let's go.
I didn't add in a one way Hope is a healer
Follow my lead.
because I was worried Hope was going to heal himself, and I think it specifically needs to be Lightning healing Hope. I'm not 100% sure though. I haven't tested this out. Okay, let's see if we can get through this battle this time. I don't think whatchamacallit. I don't think Libra is gonna help because it's just normal to everything. We already saw that. So these guys can continue doing whatever the fudge. And Libra doesn't even tell you that the trick to this battle is actually healing Hope. I can tell you that because I've already been through this. There we go. Jeez. His name is Odin. And he's a horse. I'm still a little annoyed. Odin Idolith. Lightning gained an ATB segment. Oh yeah, some lightning brands on her chest, just like Saz's brand is on his chest.
Your brand looks different. Was that an Eidolon? Like Lassie can summon?
Magic and mumbo jumbo. I must have hit my head on that purge train.
It was all a dream!
Am I really in your way?
Aww.
I'll do better. I'll try harder.
We'll toughen you up.
Huh?
I'm sorry about before.
Ah, look at her warming up to him. Melting the frigid ice that surrounds her heart. I mean, I guess Lightning is just closing herself off to emotions. Because I guess she's been through a lot. Probably her coping mechanism. And in her mind, the most logical decision was to just leave Hope behind. Even though that was a bit cruel. I think we'll try going for a while longer.
Got my back?
Yeah.
The stealth mode. Tutorial. This tutorial explains how to enter the Gestalt mode with an Eidolion. Lightning can spend technical points, TP, to summon Odin, her personal Eidolion. Only Lightning can summon Odin. Select techniques from the battle menu, then choose Summon command. 3.
Odin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've unlocked summoning magic. Folks, we unlocked summoning magic. Take a look at the Eidolion, how did I pronounce it incorrectly? Eidolion. Take a look at the Eidolion's SP gauge below. The SP gauge is depleted gradually over time, and also whenever the Eidolion takes damage. If it reaches 0, the Eidolion will be dispersed. After summoning an Eidolion, you can press X to activate a Gestalt mode at any time, which is square for me, by the way. This mode allows you to perform powerful attacks from the back of your Eidolion. Pay close attention to Lightning's Gestalt gauge. This gauge represents Gestalt mode's duration. Your Eidolion will disappear when the Gestalt mode expires, so it is best to activate it after the gauge is charged. To charge the Gestalt gauge, help your Eidolion attack enemies and build attack chains. Combat controls are slightly different in Gestalt mode. Press button shown. Press button shown, as it says. Press the button shown by the Gestalt dial to execute attacks. The dial's count will decrease each time using an ability. When it reaches 0, your Eidolion will be dismissed. Do you want to try spin this phase just building stuff up? And then when its HP gets low, like, yeah, it's fine.
We do this together.
I think. I forget. We'll find out in a moment, folks. Okay.
The storm is here.
Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to press. Whatever. I was waiting to save this one. Because this one auto dismisses it. It's like the final attack. Listen, the inputs are different for me, okay? I wasn't quite sure what I needed to press here.
Time to switch it up. Thanks.
So triangle is the button to dismiss. It does like a huge attack with that triangle. With triangle, I need to remember it's triangle. But then it just, you know, fudges off after that. So, and it, like, you can always do that attack, but anytime you do it, it just ends the Gestalt mode. So you want to, like, kind of save it. Ow. Jeez, like, his Lightning's heal animation takes way too long. Lightning, thank you. Keep going. Okay. But now the button prompts are actually showing up. I don't know why they didn't before. Usually it would just be blank. So, in case you were wondering why, I remember during Snow's battle with the Shiva sisters, I told you that it's basically you're trying to impress the Eidolion, and then if you impress them, they'll work alongside you, and if you don't, they'll kill you. I guess Odin wanted to see Lightning actually take care of Hope. That's the way it impressed. So that's why you had to heal Hope during that battle.
We'll stop here.
Sorry.
Don't sweat it. I'll look around. You rest up.
I need it from now. If you really wanted. No, I'm kidding. She doesn't want to do that anymore.
Mom?
Not by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't know. You're getting there. Slowly. But definitely more of an older sister. I would like to say thanks. Maybe we'll call it there. Yeah. We'll call it there, I think. And then we'll pick back up with this cheerful crew. I better come up with, if I don't remember correctly, we don't talk a lot about, there are not a lot of lore-based cutscenes in this next one. So I better come up with some stuff to explain.
No sign of soldiers.
Guess lightning got their attention.
I wonder how Hope's doing.
They were headed towards Palampolo. Kid's on his way home. You can bet on it.
Good for him. What's wrong?
It's good. If they manage to slip in quietly. All of Cocoon is in the grip of pulse phobia. If a Lassie pops up on the radar, all hell will break loose.
They don't even know why they're scared.
Afraid of what they don't know. Afraid to find out more. It gets worse the older you get. I'm terrified of what'll happen. The world probably would be better off without Pulse Lassie. I mean, most of them.
Gee, thanks. Let's go.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright. Excuse me. We'll end it then. And, we'll have that cutscene play. So, we have some stuff to talk about. Because there are some things to mention with that as well. It was nice to get back into Final Fantasy XIII. Anyway, anyone out there? Thanks for watching. Please use a keypad and blah blah blah. Kindly keep friends for being sent. I don't know what that means. But losing a few frame rates. Anyway. Next stream will probably be tomorrow unless something happens. But, yeah. Keep it smooth. Until then.